Absolutely, and it's been there's been a tournament in this category. It's been about 2 years, so it kind of could take a
Mhm.
second to step into this tournament setting in this game, and just fully get yourself into that race mode and get comfortable in that scenario. Um, so just gotta work out the rough mistakes, get them out of the way in the first round, and then hopefully adjust right on in. But
Yeah, definitely.
you have them, of course, going through Ninja Village yet again. I don't think anybody's rocking VSync, so we'll probably have a pretty even Ninja Village here.
I expect you to play at least one race with VSync Grand, just to show off the tech.
The VSync tech.
Yeah, the entire run, please.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I see the sabotage attempt there.
Yeah, preferably if you're playing me, that would be nice.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure the VSync will give you a huge advantage. Great, great,
Oh,
great
nice. Two
thing.
shards for Nori, though.
Ooh, you love to see it. It's funny because since the community's been doing a lot of races, like I was saying, there was groups of like up to 10 people playing. A fun little mini game we've been doing is seeing how many shards we get in total, like out of the entire group racing. And it's made me realize the shard luck here is actually pretty horrendous.
Yeah, I know it's less than 50%, right? Do you know the actual number for it?
I'm not 100% sure. Maybe someone in chat knows the exact odds on the time shards from them, but I it's just like there's so many times where there'll be like 8 people, and out of all 8 of us, we get like 3 shards, and it happens like way too
Yeah,
much. It's like horrible. So getting that 2 shard start is huge for sure.
Yeah. It doesn't look like Cooney's picked up. There's one, but he still won't have enough. Down
Yeah.
2.
Have to go to the wall again, unfortunately. Nori at 35.
Nori with 35. Wow.
Yeah.
You dream of those runs.
Yeah, for sure. It's like you can actually, if you have 35, you can greed that first jump a little bit to fall down as early as possible and only collect 5 shards, but it is slightly risky. And I mean, it's like, you're saving a couple frames. It's really not a big deal, but
yeah,
kind of a neat thing to know. We'll see. I'm guessing Kuni, like, they'll probably opt for similar strats. I don't know if they're gonna try to bust out anything too different from the last match. But we'll see. We'll see. Oh, getting boosted left
boost.
there. Both of the runners.
Both runners. Wow. They weren't thinking right thoughts in either race, I guess, because I think we were 4 for 4 on left boosts.
Sometimes those dirty left thoughts just enter your mind, it's just...
Yeah, the game knows.
Yeah. Nice little swimming. The swimming's like... As far as speedrunning goes, there's not like a ton of ways to optimize the swimming, but it does exist. There's frames to be saved and just how you approach all these different sections, but it's not really like too big of a deal on the actual swimming parts.
Well, especially in this room, which looks like a face, like, since you're blocked by the saw on the right up there anyway, like, you can only optimize your swimming so much unless you go for a certain cursed strat.
Yeah, I believe the marathon safe name for it is the belly boost. But,
belt boost, right? Yeah.
Oh, belt boost. I've heard it called belt boost or belly boost.
Okay.
Couple different names going around.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're both honestly having solid autumns here, which you love to see. This first level is like surprisingly difficult. It's extremely hard to optimize, and like just so many things could go wrong. Like for example, missing this jump here and not getting up the swing, but Kuni actually having a really fast room. Skips those shards even to save a tiny bit of time.
Yeah, this is a pretty nice autumn.
Woo!
Oh, cutting that
Dipped him
jump really
down.
low.
Yeah,
Wow.
didn't lose any time, but just terrifying.
Yeah.
Classic
Very nice damage
boost
boost on the grub. Yeah.
It seems weird. It's like, why would I take a hit there? But it's actually because it sets up a really nice place to jump so that you can get a really nice clean drop without having to like let go of right. There is a way, I believe Cowberry found it, where you can, it's really tight, but you can jump over the two grubs and still get a clean jump down to the bottom. But I mean, we're talking like, you know, you're saving a few frames, but kind of a cool strat, the classic grub jump.
Yeah. I remember seeing that strat when I was first learning the game, and I was like, oh wow, this game is actually a really cool. Like, it was one of the strats that I was like, wow, this game is actually a super deep speedrun.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Like,
and the game's only gotten deeper and deeper on all that over
Yeah.
time. People keep finding more
Yeah.
and more stuff. It's just, it's honestly hard to keep up with everything that gets discovered. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's really great though,
Yeah.
for sure.
This game, like, it's always given me a. By the way, both runners having a nice clean leaf monster, but this game's always given me vibes that like similar to Super Metroid, where, you know, that game still today is still finding time saves, still finding new little tech or room movement, and it's just gotten more and more and more complex over the years, and gained more and more resources. The community's grown. And I feel like the Messengers, you know, in its earlier days of following a similar path, like this game has just the right amount of jank, you know, just the right amount of jank,
exactly.
so that like there's so many different little intricate mechanics you can end up finding out with it. So
Yeah.
it's just a masterpiece of a speedrun, in my opinion.
Even just finding new ways for stuff to save time that no one ever thought of before. Like, regardless of finding new jank tech, it's like
Oh
so
yeah,
many
for sure.
options.
Yeah, some rooms, like if you look at a room like the infamous BC11, it's just like 50 million ways to get up to the top of that room.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. Nice Ducker Z there from Nori's side. Kuni gonna be swimming on through, getting that nice cycle.
Yeah, waiting. Actually, yeah, so almost having to wait on Crusher there.
Can be pretty scary in Catacombs. You know, sometimes you want to greed like certain cycles, and like the Balls of Steel room's a good example. That big Crusher towards the end, where if you greed that and your room wasn't like really good, you know, you can end up getting crushed there pretty easily. So it's just a level you absolutely have to respect the cycles and be very comfortable with like your speed through a room, knowing when you can go for what cycle and such.
Yeah, definitely important to be familiar with what you're able to make and what you can't, especially in a race.
Yeah. Yeah, in a race it matters that much more, because again, the early game deaths are like that much more punishing because shard count is actually so important to get all the upgrades you need. Uni having a bit of a sticky ninja situation.
With the setup again.
Twice. Oh!
And missing it. Wow.
Unfortunate. And just like that, though, Nori's just one room behind. If he gets Badonk here, he'll actually be possibly ahead. He is going to be opting for it. Oh, no. He has to respawn the turtle as well.
And missing it. Wow.
That is unfortunate for both runners, but at least it kind of was a similar speed through those sections for both, so it wasn't like, you know, too crazy or anything.
Yeah, it evens out.
Yeah.
All in the end, so.
But I have to say, you know, Nori doing a pretty good job of not being far behind Kuni.
Yeah.
That is definitely impressive. We'll see if Kuni goes for Balls of Steel again. Does it? Gets it beautifully. Of course.
Beautiful.
That's one of those strats, you know, Balls of Steel, you're saving something like 0.3 or something, 0.3, 0.4 seconds maybe, and it's if you mess it up, you pretty much just die most of the time. So it's you gotta respect going for those strats in races. The Balls of Steel is a very fitting name for that.
Oh, low ruck spin for Kuni. So hopefully showing off what the clean fight you can. Oh, and I cursed it immediately, but should still be a good fight.
Yeah, this is still fine. Nice T boost, jump away.
Yeah.
Fade away T boost. But yeah, we'll see if Ruxer kind of balances out. Oh, okay.
Wow.
Honestly though, at least he's keeping it fair.
Ruxpin's been very fair this tournament so far.
Yeah. This is the like you said, the big RNG point early on, and you know it could separate a race by like 8 seconds, assuming you get to play both RNGs well. But he's been definitely playing very fair.
Back into Bamboo Creek, though. Yeah. Such a fun level. I know we already talked about that, but
yeah, it's
repeating.
Level.
Yeah.
There is always the fear of BC11, especially if you're stubborn and you just want to go for B2 in races, which is like the most inconsistent strat.
Yeah. So then you have the long walk through the Wall-Exer room where you're just dreading the impending strat.
Yeah.
It's really...
I think the other danger of BC11 is when you do mess up any of the strats, there sometimes could be the dangerous stubbornness to just never go to the elevator shaft no matter what. And you can end up in the infinite of just missing like an N2 backup over and over. Just like that one tile doesn't work anymore, they patch it out, and it's it's pretty unfortunate. So it's a scary room. It's a room to look out for, and Kuni's about to enter it. We'll see what he goes for. He had a beautiful G2 last run, so we'll see if he can get that again.
He's pretty good on charge as well, so
nice.
He'll be very happy. Oh, Steelheart though.
Yeah, honestly, Steelheart, it's like it's deceivingly difficult, you know? Like especially if you're trying to greet it, like you're really trying to cut those corners super well. It could be really easy to miss getting around there.
Yeah.
Oh,
almost getting the one tile.
Man, it's so unfortunate because Nori there, he almost had some really good backups for it as well, but he kept barely moving too much to the left to try to hit that Kappa, and it kept despawning the upper blue turtle. So he wasn't able to actually shoot his projectile off that Nori needed there to get enough height to attempt the one tile kick. So a bit of an unfortunate series of events, but at the end of the day, he got through the room.
Yeah.
So, not super far behind Kuni.
Yeah, all things considered.
A bit of a difficulty getting up there. Kuni doing fine on shards this run. I believe they've both kept it deathless, if I'm not mistaken, so far, right?
Yeah, they both are still.
Awesome.
Which is great to see.
Hopefully, I'm sure they'd both love to get a deathless race here to possibly in this set.
Yeah, for sure.
Can he go for the god drop?
Oh.
Okay. Taps the wingsuit button. I respect it. That god drop is a little bit finicky. Even if you have the right inputs, sometimes it just doesn't work. So.
Yeah, this game, there's weird subpixel things going on that can just screw you over.
Classic subpixel situation.
This game is basically Mario 1.
Like,
I think is the takeaway.
Yeah, except Ninja Village is just harder than anything Mario 1 has, you know?
Exactly.
Oh, nice DK skip.
Nice
on
DK.
Side.
Yeah. I respect anyone who goes for it without the turtle boost on the bottom Kappa. I don't have enough confidence to do it without the little extra buffer.
Oh, absolutely.
That turtle boost makes it so much easier.
Man, I find that, like what Kuni just had a hard time getting on that 2-tile wall. I swear 2-tile walls are just like the most cursed thing in the game. Like, the ninja he just doesn't want to just grab them, kick them. Dude, he doesn't even want to believe that they're there sometimes. It feels like.
Yeah, there's something about him. DK skip from Nori. Oh, wow. He barely squeezed past that saw. Respect for going for that.
Yeah. Because that's so scary, because when it's that tight, if you just cut that corner bad, you're going to be in that saw, you know? So it's definitely have to have some bravery to navigate that.
For sure.
Now, I don't think we saw anything go horribly wrong in the Emerald Golem last race, which is good. We'll see if they're able to kind of get through it again this time.
Junie had to chase a little bit in phase 2, but ultimately that's not that big of a deal for this fight.
Yeah.
You're happy to get out alive.
Oh, absolutely. Because the Emerald Golem, especially if you end up in the situation where you're 1 HP going into phase 2 and you die to the guy as you're chasing them around for a while, that's one of the most brutal deaths you could take in this entire category. It's like a minute.
The 16, yeah, because there's the 16-second boss fight entry, and then you have to rewatch.
And even this opening to this fight takes a while, even with our speedrun strats.
Oh no, Junie.
1 damage off.
He does have 2 HP. I don't think he has enough time though to kill it. Yeah.
No, there's no way.
So
because that was pretty tight, and he's not even fast blinking, so that was a good call to bail there.
Yeah, definitely smart. Take the 3 cycle.
It's always painful to have to take a 3 cycle, but sometimes it's all you can do. Oh, he picked up a shuriken.
Oh!
I think he's 2 damage off, actually. Oh my goodness. He is trying to set up a drop all the way to the bottom.
A drop to end all drops, yeah.
Yeah. He did end up getting a pretty low kill. That's kind of the weird thing, is if you actually try to drop too deep, the ninja kind of like forcefully wingsuits, it floats up a tiny bit. So it's pretty rough to get like the craziest drop ever. Nori, though, getting a nice kill there.
That's
my
nice
goodness,
kill.
That Emerald Golem is low.
Yeah, that's a really low kill. Especially for the Golem to be there.
Yeah. I kind of just looking at that, just now realized the Emerald Golem himself also floats down into position before you start floating. Is that actually a thing that, depending on his exact head position, it saves time if he's lower or not?
I think I think the ninja moves too slowly, right? Like that ultimately that matters more. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I would think. I've never thought about him. You know, like his head moving down.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I'd have to look at that, but that's an interesting idea.
Make Kyle grind the fight again to get the truly optimal Emerald Golem position.
Get the head to go down a few pixels lower.
Exactly.
Oh boy.
Waiting on that saw, spike ball a little bit.
Now we can see though, Nori having that slightly cleaner Emerald Golem, like he's not far behind. I mean, he's basically a little over halfway, I think, through the right room here.
And I mean, his timer, Nori's timer is slightly behind as well, so.
Oh, true.
Even closer than what it looks like.
It would surprise me if Nori was on a PB pace here.
Yeah, this is a really solid pace. Coming back through these rooms, just showing off the wingsuit mastery, knowing when to slash everything and when to jump to make it through without losing time.
I feel like a good thing about Cool Shroom in races is it's not really that scary to die in outside of like a couple rooms. There's definitely a couple culprits that are can be pretty scary, especially like that last kind of climb room you do at the end could be kind of scary.
Yeah.
But overall, it's not as deadly as some other levels, like maybe Catacombs can be, or Tower. So
Yeah. Generally deathless. It's just there's a few big strats that you might lose time going for.
Oh, absolutely. We'll see if Kuni goes for the Kuni fast right cycle.
Kuni cycle.
Yeah,
looking good. Cycle. That's very clean.
Beautiful. Nice. I believe Kuni was the first person to make that cycle, so it's awesome to see him pulling it off here. Because it's definitely not an easy cycle to make.
Yeah, not at all. Getting a right queen. We'll see what she does next, though. Nice. You want to be on the right side of the arena when you kill her using a shuriken, although he doesn't have a shuriken.
The whips!
No one gets whips anyway.
Oh my goodness, that was so scary.
He knows how to duck, though. He's got it under control.
Yeah.
Not even flinching.
The duck strat scares me so much still, even when you know how to do it.
Yeah, it is terrifying.
Especially at 2 HP, because the whip does do 2 damage, so that is just absolutely a scary thing.
I guess we'll get confirmation that we're deathless since we don't see any Corbel showing up in this cutscene for either runner.
Oh yeah, true. So both of them going deathless, and it was a little unfortunate on Kuni's end to get whips, but that's just one of those things that happens. I feel like Queen's like the easiest fight to mess up in a race. It's just tricky. It doesn't matter if you're like a newer player or you're a super advanced player. Like you're just gonna get whipped sometimes. Like it's just so hard to avoid.
It's the thing, like almost like a lot of the boss fights in this game, it's like it doesn't matter how experienced you are. You can just same with Emerald Golem, like no matter how much experience you have, you can still mess up and
yeah,
that's the cycle. Sure. Like
Arcane Golem too, you know, like
Arcane Golem,
Colossus, you can 100% like get an extra cycle or take a death to a People's Elbow. Like I legit died in a race to People's Elbow like a week ago.
Oh really?
I hadn't died to that in so long, and I just wasn't even looking at my health, and I just was dead, and I was like, oh. Like,
oh yeah, you can die in this fight.
Yeah. I mean, Leaf Monster, he can jump up. Ruxton, you can get like a lose 16 seconds to high Ruxton RNG if you just mess up getting over there. Like, it is true. Like, every single boss is just can go very wrong no matter how experienced you are in the game. Beautiful climbing there again from Kuni.
So good.
Really nice right side.
Oh no, Nori. Okay, at least you have health.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
That's such a terrifying place because there's nothing you can do. There's nothing to slash. There's nothing to grab onto. You just sort of have to go into the spikes.
Speaking of Colossus, we do have Kuni fighting it right now. Super RNG fight.
Getting the nice DPS though, and getting the rock. So.
Nori.
Oh no, Nori.
He had that. That is honestly like so many people have taken deaths there, and it all happens from just trying to greed those rope darts a little bit. And if you miss the rope dart, you're pretty much just gonna end up in the spikes. Like that's such a scary thing because you're trying to get those really long range rope darts, and it's just really easy to greed it a little too much and not make it over there. It's also the other thing is a lot of people you're kicking off of these walls, or you're approaching basically the next wall without full run speed a lot of times. So you just assume the ninja's going to get over there, and you're trying to time your rope dart as such. But then what happens is like you're not actually having good speed. You know, maybe you have no kick boost off the previous wall or something, and you're just kind of approaching that wall a lot slower, and it throws off your timing, and yeah. You end up with those spikes.
Oh, the same thing happened. He just killed the projectile slightly too soon.
Yeah. This room is pretty infamous. This climb in crags. It's a really tricky room. We do have though Cooney's already zooming through Glacial with
using shuriken dart.
Nice. Yeah, it's actually interesting. In specifically the 8-bit mode, it just does not work in 16-bit to my knowledge, but in 8-bits, if you rope dart and throw a shuriken, it will raise your rope dart like a pixel or two.
In 16-bit, it... Oh, sorry, go ahead. No.
It just lowers it, right?
Yeah, in 16-bit, it lowers it.
Yeah. Which is actually interesting in itself, because I think you could use that to, like, grab, like one tile, like, ground. Like below you?
Yeah. Like the opposite of, or the alternative to doing the weird wingsuit tech.
Yeah. So pretty interesting how the shuriken affects things. But Kuni making really good use of it there to get that extra Hans on.
Just flying through Glacial.
We're making good work there of Kolos and Seuss's. Kuni, though, are already almost through Glacial. Both runners, though, well, I guess actually they had. Nori did take the one death. It wasn't too bad of one. Kind of a rough one still, but not the worst death you could take.
Yeah.
But Kuni going deathless. Like, there was a few mishaps on the boss fights, but as far as, like, deaths, he's kept it deathless here, which is really nice.
Yeah, nice to see. Now, Kuni gets to watch a 40-second cutscene while we watch Nori do the start of Glacial.
I like how you know the duration of like every cutscene.
Every time you get to the cutscene and you're like, oh, is this a gold or not? It's like, am I saving time? And you eventually all those numbers get committed to memory.
Yeah, for sure.
Like all those little checkpoints throughout the stage where you're like judging yourself on your sub-split timer.
Yeah, for sure. Nori thankfully getting through that little section there without trouble, so it's definitely improvement from last run.
Yeah, still got the full health, so it's nice.
Now, here's what I'm curious about. How is Kuni going to approach this Hail Mary after what happened in the last race? Is he just going to send it? Is he going to grab the checkpoint and send it? I'm guessing the checkpoint.
No, absolutely just sending it.
Just sending it and gets it.
Beautiful Hail Mary. Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Huge time save there. What is it? Something like 5 seconds, I think, for like a pretty normal Hail Mary over just like waiting.
Because it might be more. Isn't the room like 12 seconds if you wait for the cycle?
Yeah, it is pretty slow, yeah.
And with Hail Mary, you get at least 6 seconds or lower, so.
Yeah, definitely a really significant strat to nail, and it is obviously risky. Kuni he's pissed off at those Wizrobes. He just turned around and just smacked that guy. I don't blame him.
No mercy.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that mistake. That's just a little too low.
Oh my goodness. The Monkasphere is in effect!
Taking advantage, though, of the fact that the spikes on that crusher only deal 1 damage instead of the usual 3.
Yeah, cheeky little mechanic there.
Or is that every crusher with spikes?
I think it's... Well, just those crushers, not like these side platforms. They still deal 3, but yeah, the actual like up and down crushers, I think their spikes all deal only 1.
Okay. If only these did 1 and we could get a French connection in every run.
That
Imagine.
would be so nice. Take out that RNG point of hoping for the health drops would be...
No, then you're just trying to get the full laser boost, so...
Yeah. Which, at least that isn't too...
yeah, that difference isn't quite as big.
Yeah, for sure. But Nori having a nice glacial there, gonna be heading into tower as well. Hopefully he's able to get through a deathless tower, like we said. It is just a scary, risky level. Like every strat's pretty terrifying. Kuni, I think, was going for a nice little cheeky crystal abuse there to hit that third pink crystal through the wall, but didn't quite get it. It's really not a big deal. Does take the black dart through there. Gets through the Wizrobes. The Wizrobes can be scary.
Oh no! He boosted it into himself.
Oh, that is so unfortunate.
He was trying to get rid of it, but...
Yeah, but the fact he turned when he did the slash and then angled back to the Wizrobe meant that, yeah, like you said, it gave like the suck effect and just pulled him on in.
Yeah. But Nori Dice 2, I think trying to damage boost on the projectile, but slightly mistiming it.
Yeah.
And bonking in the laser.
It can be so tempting when you're, no matter what strat you're going for, if you're not, other than Hail Mary, where you're just like, the projectile's right there, I could probably make it through these lasers, and you just like, I don't know, like barely miss getting hit by the projectile or have a weird damage recovery from it, and next thing you know, you're in some lasers. It could be pretty tricky.
Yeah.
Have nothing go
Kuni
wrong
took
there.
out his revenge on those Wizrobes, though. Killing them all in that room.
Kuni is going for...
Oh, wow. It's absurd.
Kuni going for some quite illegal tech here. But I don't know if it's officially banned yet, but...
yeah, not banned yet. I think they told us not to use it in runs, though.
Yeah.
You don't get times disqualified.
This run is not legal, but it's all in good fun. Kuni obvious with a huge lead here, and that extra, he spent about 10 seconds to set that up, and it only saves 3, so it's all in good fun. Just showing off a new clip, but possibly might get banned in the category. It's not been voted on yet. That is like only been discovered for a week. I believe Darga discovered it on accident. So, oh my goodness,
that like a partial
backup French. Cool. Yeah, that was cool.
Meanwhile, Kuni showing off another, what's shaping up to be a damageless Arcane Golem. Oh, I had to open my mouth. Still very nice.
GG to Kuni.
GG Kuni. Nori not having to do the walk of shame, except that shuriken, which is nice.
We'll see what Nori, now that Nori has full health, I'm curious if he's going to opt for any kind of damage boost strats here. He does go for the black dart.
Just missed the dart. Yeah.
I respect going for it for sure.
Yeah.
Honestly, that strat, it's not really the strat itself that's scary. It's more the next room. Those 3 Wizrobes at 1 HP is pretty terrifying.
Yeah, those Wizrobes have probably killed me more than that strat itself has.
Yeah, for sure. You have Nori going through. Let's see if he gets a nice clean crystal abuse. Nice.
Nice.
He had the HP too, so even if he dipped in the laser, it wouldn't have been fatal, so.
Yeah, he would have been okay, which is nice. Did he do laser skip last run, or did he just ride the platform?
I think he rode the platform. We'll see what he opts for. Yeah.
Yeah. Respect it. Laser skip can be it can be mean sometimes, for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And at the end of the day, it's not like it saves an hour, it's just basically a couple seconds, so it's not that big of a deal, but
yeah,
take that huge risk. We'll see how many claps Nori gets here. Hopefully only like 2 or something would be great. I don't 100% know. I feel like your damage influences his claps for sure, but I don't exactly know how.
I remember Kuni saying it was DPS based, but
yeah. Oh my goodness, poor Nori just getting every clap you can get. Yeah, up to 6 claps. Unfortunate, but he is gonna be finishing off the Arcane Golem. GG to Nori.
34-31.
That might have been a PB if he went deathless. He definitely played really solid there.